It is 25 degrees outside right now, so I am in my living room, and I got something else in my living room. I hope my fiance doesn't watch this. But we are going to do a full kayak walkthrough front to back here in my living room. Got everything set up. Have my rods over there. Obviously, I can't put those in the kayak now, but let's get into it. Start at the front and work our way back. Go through the full setup for the 2026 season. Yeah, let's just get into it. All right, first, we're gonna start here with the Minn Kota AutoPilot motor. It sits in this bracket here, super easy to deal with, taking in and out. As far as what you need to do to hook it up is you stick it in the bracket, you plug it in, and then you put this rope on it, and then when you're ready to deploy it, you pull, I can't pull it now, but you pull the rope until that little red piece clicks onto there, and it's a magnet, and then yeah, it is ready to go. Now once we work our way back towards the motor here, you can see 3 separate wires coming out and going into my Humminbird unit here. One is for power, one is for the transducer, which is mounted up underneath of the kayak for side scan, down scan, just regular sonar. And then the third cable is for that. And that is my Mega Live pull. If you've never seen one of these on a kayak before, since we don't have trolling motors that stick out of the front, we have to put these poles in here. I am running the Mega Live 1 unit. Don't have the 2 yet. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up upgrading that this season. But yeah, this is the Fishing Specialties live scope pull, live sonar pull. But yeah, we have 2 cables here that run from the inside of the kayak where the battery is held, and then the other cable runs to the graph itself. But yeah, this pole just comes up and out whenever I'm not using it. What I'll do is, as I'm running spot to spot, I'll just pull it out of here and then just stick it right behind me right here, and then it's good to go. And then when I'm ready to use it, just pull it out, set it right back inside, lock it in, and now you're scoping. And then this little handle here is an honorable mention. This is what the handle normally looks like. This is the special handle from, I can't remember the company, but I will link it below here. Basically, this replaces the regular handle, and then this little hole here, it sits, the little hole here, you take a track mount item, such as this here, and you take the bottom piece out, put it in there. Anyways, that's what I had my live scope pole mounted on. I had it mounted here. It came up off of a riser and sat a little bit higher. And then this thing would go into this holder sitting about 4 inches higher. However, I just recently, if you watched my last video, mounted the plate to the kayak itself, which does 2 things for me. It makes it a little bit more stable, and it also is just a better place to have the handle whenever I'm trying to live scope. I don't have it way up at my side, it's down to the left a little bit, so I can kind of mess around with the rod in my right hand and adjust the pull as needed with my left hand there. Now, what we got going on the seat here, got a couple different things. This is the remote for the trolling motor. It's how you control it, how you speed it up, turn it, spot lock, all that stuff. My life jacket, my PFD, is an Old Town PFD, super solid, has lots of pockets, which is one of the best things, keeping everything you need right right on you is fantastic. There's even a little pocket up here where I stick a battery. I have a little battery pack in there, and that's how I run my GoPro when I have it chest mounted. So this is a super awesome PFD if you're looking for one. Besides that, the seat has 2 kayak cushions that I have had for 3, 4, one of them I might have had for 5 years now. But these are the absolute best thing. Keeps your back from being sore, just comfortable. It can get wet, it doesn't smell or anything. If you plan on spending more than a couple hours on a kayak sitting in a seat like this, you're gonna want these kayak cushions. These seats are pretty comfortable to begin with, but these just make it a completely different, and a whole nother level as far as comfort goes. Now, under the seat here, we have the battery. This is the battery for the motor itself. When you get an autopilot, you get one of these nice boxes, and all you have to do is plug your battery into the terminals, and then this comes out just like the motor. You plug it into the you plug it into the pre-installed outlet there, and then you are good to go as far as motor battery is concerned. The battery I run is the 12 volt, 100 amp hour. It's a Lifetime. To be honest, it is an Amazon special, but it gets me around very safely. I'm getting I think I'm gonna get a 40 or 50, somewhere in there, amp hour as a backup. I've only run out of battery a couple times with very long days on the water, but I'm gonna want to have an extra battery just in case for when I do have those 10, 12-hour days where I'm running a whole lot. So as far as that goes, 100 amp hours for the most part is going to work for just about everyone to run this motor well. And one thing I skipped over, the way I use my Mega Live, I switched the Mega Live and the Helix 7 there onto my PDL. So I have 2 separate batteries for my units. I have a 24 amp hour and then a 20 amp hour to power the Mega Live, this here, and these cables come in here, and that Velcro, I just put one of the 20 amp hour batteries on, plug it in, and that powers the Mega Live unit itself. And then when we come up to the front here, in the front hatch here, there's another those 2 Velcro pieces there that holds my other battery, and that battery just powers the Helix itself. So I think we covered pretty much everything as far as kind of the front half of the kayak, fish finder, motor, all that kind of stuff. Now we're gonna move to the back here, get to gear storage, videos, stuff like that. Now in the back, this Yak Attack Black Pack is been one of my favorite accessories that I wish I purchased sooner. I used to use an old milk crate, a couple milk crates screwed together with PVC pipe as the rod holders, which still works. It's great, especially when I was just fishing, when I wasn't fishing quite as much. But now that I'm traveling national tournaments, you only get 3-4 days to practice. If it's raining on those 3-4 days, you're still practicing. So this black pack keeps my gear, one, it keeps it safer just because it's enclosed in here. You can't see it from the outside. It also keeps it dry. So when you open up here, I don't carry a whole lot of gear. Got 3-4 boxes, all my soft plastics, scissors, extra line, phone mount. I'll go through that in another video if you guys want to see that. I don't carry anything too exciting though. But highly suggest the black pack. Highly suggest the black pack if you don't have one already. I'm sure most of you do if you kayak fish. If you don't, you definitely should get one. And right behind the black pack, I have Yak Attack. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll link it below. It's just a GoPro mount. What I'll do is I'll have the GoPro mounted up here, and then I'll wrap the cable around it, and then I'll have a little waterproof bag or something that I kind of stick in here and to hold the battery. So this thing is pretty cool. Super easy to use. It clips in with the track mount. You can just lift it off, take it off when you're done, stick it on there, clip it, done. This thing's super cool. Been able to get super sweet videos. Definitely worth it if you're planning on ever trying to film any type of catches or anything from your kayak. Beside the camera mount back here, I have a Yak Attack, Fizzy Pull, I think it's called. It is my light and safety flag for whenever we are launching before safe light conditions. I was an idiot. I broke flag pull off, but just duct taped it again. Was not Yak Attack, anything wrong with the flag. I was an idiot. I stepped on it. But yeah, we got it taped up there and it works just as good this way. And once we get to the very back here, we have what is called our rudder. It is how we steer, our foot control steering. This is how we do it. First, we will deploy it. All you gotta do is push this lever the whole way. And then that thing goes down, and then it goes back and forth like this. And how that works is while I'm sitting here, these pedals, you push them forward. It's hard to do while it's not down on the water, but these pedals, you push them back and forth, and that's how you steer. If you push the left one, you turn left. If you push the right one, you turn right. I think is awesome. I don't have to use my hands at all to steer whenever I'm going down a bank. Put the trolling motor on, turn it up to where I feel like I can cast comfortably going down the bank, and then just use the foot control steering to steer me in the direction that I'm looking to go. A piece of gear that you literally cannot kayak fish tournaments without is a catchboard. Sorry, it's a little gross, but I can't remember what kind it is, but it's the metal one. Super solid. I literally just throw it on the ground of my kayak, and if I'm standing up and fishing and I'm stepping on it, doesn't matter. It's fully metal. I just leave it sitting here, and yeah, it is super solid. Yeah, some guys, they make mounts to store those behind you on the crate or on the side or something. But for me, having the metal one, yeah, not using all the space in the front anyways, I just like to leave it right there, and that does the job for me. Super easy to just grab, put the fish on the board, and then boom, done. Now, having a motor does not mean I can get on the water without a paddle. If anything were to happen to the motor, to the prop, something happens to my battery, I'm gonna have to paddle back. I'm gonna have to paddle this big thing back to the ramp. So this is Bending Branches Angler Classic. I don't believe they make the Angler Classic anymore, but I got this thing when I first started. You can see quite a few scars on it. But yeah, this thing has put in hundreds, if not thousands of miles paddling my ass around rivers and lakes. Whether you are a paddling guy, whether you have a motor or pedals or not, get a solid paddle. You never know when you're gonna need it. This Angler Classic is super light. Like I said, I've had it forever and never had anything go wrong with it. It's always gets me back to the ramp. But yeah, guys, that's about it. I think I covered pretty much everything on the kayak itself. If you have any more questions, let me know and I will get those answered. But yeah, I'm super excited to be using the AutoPilot again this year. I will be using my PDL for a couple tournaments. One of the series I'm fishing, no motors are allowed, so I can't use this kayak anyways. Some tournaments I'm gonna be fishing, then it makes more sense to take my pedal or my paddle kayak rather than lug this big thing around. But 95% of the time on the water this year, is going to be this bad boy here. So I'm gonna link everything below. If you do have any questions, let me know, anything I didn't get to. But besides that, thank you for watching.